All right, in this video, we're gonna talk about what it's like living in Glenvar Heights. Where? Yes, I'm sure you've never heard of it, so if you're thinking about moving here to Miami, Florida, or maybe you already decided and have plans that you're definitely moving down here, but you don't know what neighborhood to move in, and you don't want to move into the wrong neighborhood because you will have a bad time here, be miserable, and just move out. So it's very important to choose the right neighborhood that fits your lifestyle. After that, it gets a lot easier. So let's go ahead and talk about one of the best suburbs of all of Miami, which is Glenvar Heights. If you want to learn more, stay tuned because we're jumping into it right now. Welcome back. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living, eating, working, sleeping, and playing in Miami and the surrounding areas, then tap that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. My name is Raymond Goiti Golsari, and I'm a full-time Florida realtor in the Miami area with your Living in Miami, Florida team. And we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking to make that move to Miami. And we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving soon, 90 days from now, a year from now, make sure to reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, DM us on social media. However you want to get a hold of us, days, nights, and weekends, we got your back. We're making that smooth move to Miami, Florida. All right, we're going to talk about one of the best suburbs to live in Miami, Florida, with great housing, great pricing, not entry level. Some parts could be, but it's a fantastic location. And this is Glenvar Heights. Glenvar Heights is a neighborhood where most people have not heard of, but it's very good, especially if you have family. So let's go ahead and dive into Google Maps so we can see where it's located and what's in it and what's surrounding it. All right, we're on Google Maps so we can see where Glenvar Heights is located, and then we'll see what's in it and surrounding it. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see where it's located in respects to the downtown urban area. This is Glenvar Heights right here, the light shaded area. Downtown Miami and Miami Beach are over here on the east, a little northeast of Glenvar Heights. This is the center of Miami. So it is located a little southwest of the city of Miami, a little farther south, but it's really not that far south. Like I always said in other videos, past the Florida Turnpike, it's really considered way west if you live in Miami. But the prices are more affordable and very suburb feel. So if you don't like to live in the urban area, it's a great option. So Glenvar Heights, where we're talking about in this video, is pretty much smack in the center-wise and a little south. So let's go ahead and see where it's located, how far it is to, let's say, the airport. If you want to take the airport, you have Palmetto, which is 826, runs right through Glenvar Heights. You take it up north, east on 836, and you are here in the Miami International Airport. And if you want to go to downtown or the beaches, you keep going. You're in the downtown Brickell area. You go to Miami Beach, you can take 95 going north. So easy access to many expressways. If you want to take the turnpike, just take Candle or Sunset all the way to the Florida Turnpike, and you hop on here on 40th Street, north or south. You have US 1, which is a popular boulevard that goes all the way to downtown and south to the Florida Keys. And you have a lot of east and west streets that cut through it. Sunset, Miller, 40th Street, which is Bird Road, and you're not far from Kendall Drive. So easy access in and out of Glenvar Heights. Now within Glenvar Heights, what makes it such a great area to live is the housing. The housing, besides the location, the housing is fantastic here. There's a lot of single family homes with huge lots. Some of them have acre lots. So if you want a big house on a big home, but you don't want to pay the price of living, let's say on the Gables, by the water, Coconut Grove, all that Eastside Pinecrest, which is the most expensive real estate in all of Miami, Glenvar Heights is a fantastic option. Just as well as South Miami, which is the bordering neighborhood right here on the east. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to smash that like button and comment below, because this will help us to better understand what you want to know about so we can provide better content for you guys in the future. Now, back to the video. So the housing in Glenvar Heights starts more or less on Miller. In here, this is 40th Street and 72nd Avenue and Miller. In here we see this big lake. All this is pretty much commercial. This is probably the most commercial part of Glenvar Heights, because 40th Street is a busy road with all the restaurant, bars, and shops. Miller Drive has some, but not as much as Bird Road. And Miller and Sunset are pretty similar, where there's a few restaurants, shops, and bars, enough, but it feels more residential. Like when I come and I want to take less traffic and I'm coming east or west or vice versa, I try to avoid Bird Road because there's more traffic. Miller and Sunset, there's a little less traffic going east and west. So here's a commercial area. On the right side, you have some commercial, but as you go down south, some homes. And then south of Miller Drive is where you have a lot of your nice size lots with big homes. You have a little lake here on the east side of the Palmetto, which is 826. On the west side here between Miller and Sunset, you have beautiful homes as well. 87th Avenue is also a main avenue in Miami going north and south. So here's a little pocket where nobody really drives through here unless you live in this area. That's what makes it so good. Now the median home price, including all types of properties in Glenvar Heights, you're looking at $500,000, but that includes condos and townhomes. If you're looking at single family homes, the median sales price is about approximately $1.5 million. So they're more expensive, but that same home, if you would put it on the east side, will be probably 2 or 3 times more the price. So that'll be like probably almost like $5 million over here. So if location is not a huge deal and you like the location, great alternative to get a good home at a very good price. Now south of Sunset, you also have nice size homes. They get a little bigger and you're a little farther south. And now you gotta be closer to Kendall Street. So if you live on this side close to Miller, you probably be going to Miller or Bird Road. Down here by Sunset Boulevard at 87th Avenue. Very secluded in here. If you drive in here, you feel like you're away from Miami with these big homes. You got 878 going east and west that connects from 874 all the way to US 1. Great highway if you're cutting and going from US 1 to the west or vice versa. And then down here, just south of 878, you have some homes, and then you have some townhomes as well. These are gonna be a little smaller than the ones up here by Sunset, and then between Miller and Sunset Drive. Most of them are gonna be non-gated communities. So if you like that, this will be a great neighborhood. A few gated communities, but the majority are gonna be non-gated. What is there to do in Glenvar Heights if you just wanna just hang out in your neighborhood? Well, you're close to Tropical Park, which is one of the biggest and best parks in all of Miami. As I zoom in, you see it starts on Bird Road, 40th Street, and the south part is on Miller Drive. So it takes up a large area. There's entrances on both sides. All here is residential homes, nice size homes, huge lake here. The park itself has 2 huge lakes where you could do some canoeing, paddleboarding, or just walk around the lake. Here there's like a little lake that goes around here. On the right side of Tropical Park, if you have horses, this is a fantastic area for horses. On the right, where you can have your horses and you can train them. And now here, where it says Tropical Park Stadium, there's a football stadium where they play high school football and other football events. There's a track that goes around it. They'll do festivals there. And so there's a lot going on in Tropical Park. It's a brand new, like a cultural arts center they built right close to 40th Street in the entrance. There's softball fields and baseball fields all over, tennis courts, there's basketball courts everywhere, or not everywhere, close to the tennis courts, there's basketball courts. Here there's more softball fields. There's open fields with gazebos where you can rent them out and have birthday parties. It's very popular to have birthday parties for kids here in Tropical Park, and you'll see kids riding bicycle, walking, running, playing sports. It's a very happy park because it's just filled with families and people just playing sports and having a good time, enjoying a nice day at the park. There's a little dog park right here by this lake where you can take your dog. It has a fence around it, and there's a hill here in Tropical Park where if you live down here, you'll see the hill, and it's probably the largest hill in all of Miami. And when I was a kid, we used to love riding up the hill with a bike or just running up and then rolling down that hill. It's a lot of fun because down here it's all flat. We don't have any hills. So when you come here as a kid, you're like, oh wow, hill, let's go run up and down, ride bicycle, and get very creative. So Tropical Park is a fantastic park, especially if you have kids. You'll be spending a lot of time here. There's another park nearby, just on the outskirts of Glenvar Heights on Bird Road, called A.D. Doug's Barn Park. There's a little lake, not many gazebos, a few gazebos. There's a swimming pool, and there's a walking path around. There's like a nature path. So it's a smaller park, but again, there's a playground. A lot of families like going here too. Easier access in and out than Tropical Park. Tropical has entrances on both sides, and there's roads all around it, so it's not that congested because it's a pretty big park, so it holds a lot of people. And as you see, this is, like I said, this is all commercial, and the residential starts more down here by Miller. There's a huge, beautiful lake here. There's some awesome, nice sized waterfront properties right along Miller. Then you have this lake on the back. Here you have a Catholic Church, St. Thomas Catholic Church, South Miami Elementary and Middle School. And then you have South Miami High School inside Glenvar Heights, just on the outskirts of South Miami, the city of South Miami. So all this is single family homes, nice size homes on both sides of the Palmetto, which is 826. And then crossing Sunset, which is another pretty boulevard, has restaurants, shops, and bars, but not as busy as 40th Street. Very similar to Miller. And down here south of it, you have more single family homes, and then you have this highway that goes above, sort of divides these two neighborhoods within Glenvar Heights. South of it, you're gonna have smaller homes within this little pocket of Snapper Creek, which is the canal right here, the south part, and the Snapper Creek Expressway. So you have housing, condos, single family homes, townhomes in this area. And just in the south of it, you have Dayland Mall, close to US 1 on the border of Glenvar Heights. Very popular mall, one of the best malls in all of Miami. It has all the brands and all the stores you like to go to. It has Macy's, there's an Apple store there. Again, food court, there's restaurants within it. There's an area that they built that is brand new, like a modern area that has Tesla and all these high-end brands. There's Tommy Bahama. So if you like shopping, Dayland is a fantastic mall. To just hang out, do some shopping, have lunch, great atmosphere. It gets very busy because it's pretty popular. So during Christmas time, it gets pretty packed. There's garage parking, plenty of parking, but like all the malls during busy time, you're gonna run into a lot of people. And then you have 88th Street, which is a busy street going east and west. It connects 826. You got US 1. So Glenvar Heights is a very residential, with the top part being a little commercial. It has parks. And then all these red dots you see are schools within Glenvar Heights. So you have South Miami High School, which we mentioned earlier, Ludlam Elementary. You got a Montessori school, St. Thomas Catholic Church, in True North, which is a great charter school down here. Very popular, Gulliver Prep. That's one of the campuses. This is a private school, one of the best in all of Miami. They have like 3 or 4 campuses. This is one right here. They have another one, I think somewhere by here they have another charter school. Let's see if I can find it. Gulliver Prep is another campus that they have, and a few more. So you have great schools if you're moving down here with a family. Very safe neighborhood where there's a lot of residential parts within Glenvar Heights with amazing homes, huge size lots, and you're getting more for your dollar than if you were moving a little more east. So if you like this area, where it's located close to Dayland Mall, all these highways, very close to Tropical Park, pretty central in all of Miami. You have Christopher Columbus High School, which is one of the high schools that I went to, one of the best private high schools in all of Miami. It's a Catholic high school, very good high school, not far from Glenvar Heights. So let's talk about the neighborhoods that are surrounding Glenvar Heights. Maybe you can't get in Glenvar Heights, but you like the area, and there's other neighborhoods that you can choose that maybe fit your lifestyle and are within your budget. So on the north side, you have here Coral Terrace, and you have Ludlam, which is a very good neighborhood. This area between Coral Way and 40th Street, it's sort of called the Ludlam area. All this is single family homes. There's a little creek that divides it right here. On the south of 40th Street, you have the top part of South Miami. But up here, you have the Coral Terrace, Ludlam. These are more entry-level homes. Still a very good and safe neighborhood. Have great schools surrounding it. You're actually more central Miami. It could be a little busier here because Coral Way is also a busy street, just like Coral Way. And you have Coral Gables to the right of it. So it's not a bad neighborhood. It's actually a very good neighborhood. In here, this little pocket is called Shenley Park. and it's similar to Coral Gables, and you don't pay the Coral Gables taxes. You have the best children's hospital in all Miami, Nicholas Children's Hospital. It is one of the best. And right here, smacking all this residential neighborhood. One of my aunts lives in this neighborhood. It's a fabulous neighborhood. She's been there forever. People who move in here, they do not leave because they like it. It's quiet, it's tucked in, and it feels like you're living in Coral Gables, which is a great neighborhood. This is the Ludlam area, and then as you move down here, let's zoom out a little bit, just bordering on the east side of Glenvar Heights, you have South Miami. So all this area here on the east side is called South Miami. It's between Coral Gables and Glenvar Heights, and then you got great neighborhoods on the south, High Pines, Ponce Davis, and Pinecrest. So South Miami is also a fantastic neighborhood. It starts getting, the prices are more similar to Glenvar Heights, but then going east of South Miami, prices go up. South Miami does have a little downtown area with shops, restaurants, bars, a movie theater. It's a little bigger. It has a mix of everything, residential and commercial, but also a great area. So it's a little more higher price because every time you go to the east side, the prices tend to go up. And then on the south is Kendall, which is a neighborhood that we have discussed in other videos. Let me zoom out. So just where Dayland is, this whole south part is Kendall and Pinecrest, two fabulous neighborhoods. Kendall is a little more affordable, actually a lot more affordable than Pinecrest, but more expensive than Glenvar Heights, depending on the neighborhood, depends. So you're starting to go south, so Glenvar Heights could be a little pricier, but Kendall has fantastic homes as well. Glenvar Heights maybe has bigger lots in some areas, like by Sunset, but again, Kendall's a fantastic alternative. If maybe you cannot get in Glenvar Heights, you have amazing schools here as well, close to Dayland, US 1, all of expressways. You got some parks here, golf courses, like 3 of them in Kendall. So this is also a great location. And just to the west of it, you have the Sunset area, which is a little more spread out, a lot of single family. You still have the same Miller and Sunset Drive that goes through Glenvar Heights, close to Tropical Park. Olympia Heights is more affordable than Sunset down here. Miller sort of divides it both, but again, all residential, good schools, and just south of another amazing area called Westchester up here. So you're surrounded. These are a little more affordable, maybe entry level, than Glenvar Heights. Glenvar Heights in South Miami is starting to get a little more pricier, but again, these are more affordable and still amazing neighborhoods. Alright, so there you have it. Now you're better informed on where Glenvar Heights is and how it is living there. So if this is a neighborhood where you see yourself or you and your family living, perfect. I'm glad I was able to help and give you that information to help you make the best decision possible when choosing the neighborhood. If it's not a neighborhood after watching this video that is not something you're looking for, perfect as well, because it's just important to eliminate the neighborhoods you don't want to live in, and that way it makes it easier to find the perfect neighborhood for you and your family. The only way we can help you out is if you reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, DM us on social media. However you want to get a hold of us, days, nights, and weekends, we got your back. We're making that smooth move to Miami, Florida. And until next time, hasta luego.